longer crowd control. So this is a pretty strong lineup from the side of ONIC Indonesia, albeit I'm gonna have to say that even for the side of Falcon Mina, they do have a solid chance when it comes down to their draft. It all boils down to execution.
Yeah, with Team Falcon's mana, the fact they have the Suyo as well means that you can have so much flexibility right here. They don't want to go for a full fight, for a full dive, because the Selena and Gatot can be used aggressively and defensively, and the Suyo can do both. Can even poke from distance as well with the Selena. So we'll have to wait and see how that really plays out. But looking at the emblems right here, Keyboy definitely has the aggressive edge with the thrill on the jawhead, whereas for Boro, he's just making sure that he was going to be tanky, but Savero...
That's not what you want to see right off the bat. Savera doesn't have a lot of HP left, but I guess that this could be a pretty good bait for anyone that wants to make their way up to the northern side, which stands to be true, as Kalia has already been making her way up to the top, and so will Leave Me. They're somewhere right around the side. Unfortunately, when it comes down to this Blade Surge, it's not gonna hit anyone. Flicker already from the side of Boro to get himself out of the way. I'm not too sure whether that was a trigger finger or not, but okay.
It's a very early flicker, I'll be honest with you. It seems like Keyboy had a chance to try and make something happen right there, but it was a Hanzo. You know, in the early game, the Hanzo doesn't really do that crazy amount of burst damage. So, especially on a Kalia with full defensive emblems, the firmness and the tenacity, I feel like Boro could have been a bit more patient with it. But look at this, a stun already.
Immediately, Boro makes his way right into the midst of everyone, while Kyrie goes straight in for a good amount of damage, and Boro doesn't seem like he will be able to stay alive for any time longer unless he finds a way to vault past. But that's not going to be the case. Ryota is going to find himself an eye for an eye. It is going to be an EXP laner for a Roma at this point in time. And this is actually going to give an opportunity over to Falcon's Mina to take the turtle.
ONIC are focusing too much on getting the pick off, and they have to, by all means. They have the damage, and they can't really have the same AoE impact that Team Falcon's Mena does. So they use everything onto Boro, but they traded Ryota for it. And not to mention, with the Revitalize and the healing that both Orange Bob 25 and Boro have, they can sustain for an obscene amount of time here. You know, Gatot regen, along with the Kalia, they can heal the Gatot as well. Not something you want to try and fight in the early game, I would feel. Also, with the Selena having more skills at her disposal pre-level 4, I feel like ONIC could have taken it a bit slow right there. But now that they have a level 4 Low Yi, we'll have to see if there can be a diversion play. But no, Keyboy gets jumped on.
That's gonna be the Thunder Strike. They're just gonna be working on Keyboy, but not gonna be a Tsunami Slam at this point in time. A good force ejector to kind of throw Boro away. Just to make sure that he will stay alive a little bit longer.
Team Falcons is doing a great job just pushing the aggression. They know
between Koba as well as Boro, he's gonna live to see another day even after a 3-man gank.
it's a bit of a signature pick for Savero, actually, the Moskov. So it's not surprising that we're seeing it here. But it seems like Team Falcon's Mena have plans for that lane, dude. They're sticking around and trying to find an opportunity to try and go for a dive, potentially.
Wow, okay. The very fact that Falcon's Mina is putting a lot of pressure up in the top lane and ONIC actually did not respond too well. Never mind, I take that back. That is going to be a force rejector, but the Tsunami, sorry, not Tsunami Slam, the Tidal Strike from Boro got her right out of the midst.
I mean, it was well played by ONIC to a degree, because Savero was just playing it safe when he doesn't know where the opposition is. And then when Kiwi walks up, he has a bit more security, and then he walks up. So at that point, when Team Falcon's Meta go for a small engage, a skirmish, they were pretty confident at just going for it. But now we're back to the turtle situation, and ONIC, they don't have time to go for a divergent setup right here.
Yeah. Kyrie's not going to be showing himself just yet. He made his way over to the orange buff, but ONIC just wants to reset this turtle time and time again just to make sure that Kyrie hits the right level. And in fact, at level 8 versus Leave Me, and currently at level 7, this is going to be the fight that we're going to be looking out for. As now immediately we do have Tsunami Slam just going to be rocking down onto Ryota, while the turtle is just going to be taken down from the side of Kyrie. The entirety of ONIC is going to be A-OK, while Kyrie is just going to be pushing Leave Me away.
Great moves by ONIC right there. Great macro, man. Having Severo land that Spear of Destruction at the right moment, sending Ryota to zone away Leave Me right before the fights even begin. Team Falcon's meta thought they have the advantage in the AoE, but then they walk into that fight, allowing Suns to apply that yin-yang effect to multiple members, and that just makes things a bit difficult. And that was an attempt to try and punish Kyrie, but he was way too low. Leave Me alone right here. Ooh,
It's gonna be fine.
risky play.
Yeah, very risky in fact. But now Boro in the Pixel Bush is not gonna be taken down that easily though. But a quick little... Oh, okay. I don't think that that's too big of a deal, but Boro is just constantly just going neck and neck against Ryota. But as you can see, it's not really doing too much damage. While in the meantime, up to the top lane, the unstoppable force plus the flicker throws Koba right back into the turret, and that is more than enough that for ONIC to get the kill.
Like, Kiwo is just quick with that flicker ejector combo, dude. And he can target specific members using that combo. It's not something that he just like randomly taps. Kyrie though, going for the 1v1.
And just gonna go straight in for the Devastator and deals more than enough damage to bring Leave Me down.
Wow, man, he just waits out that, the Soul Snatch and makes sure that he just goes and basic attacks Leave Me to death. It's almost like he doesn't really have any way of kind of outmaneuvering and escaping from the situation. Because if Leave Me dashes out, I think Kyrie could have pursued still. So that's the Hanzo starting to snowball, man. 3-0, good farm, good clearing. 2 levels ahead of Leave Me on the Tsuyo. It's not looking good for Team Falcon's mana at all.
But at least they still have got the T1 turret in the middle lane. They will slowly start to lose that though, because the bottom lane does seem to have a small tiny little push. Not too sure if whether that is more than enough to get the turret taken down, unless Severo does something about it. We do have Granger that will slowly make his way down too, so I would say that the Granger is definitely out of the fight for this upcoming turtle, while in the meantime Severos can still make his way to the turtle with a well-placed Spear of Destruction.
You're seeing here the lack of damage of Team Falcon's mana is allowing Ryota to just walk in the right between them impudently.
Wow, okay, he's literally just gonna go in between of 2 person. He's buying a lot of time, while in the meantime, the rest of the members from the side of ONIC, especially for Kyrie, he focuses 1 person down. The Pinnacle Ninja is still surviving very darn well. In fact, that is gonna be Orange Bob almost getting a kill down onto Sans. While right now we do have Severo. He's just going to be right in the midst of the battle, only to be taken down by Leave Me. The rest of ONIC is slowly getting collapsed down by Falcon's Mina.
Not the ideal scenario, but ONIC, they have Kyrie on the turtle, and he got it, and he can get out.
He's gonna be fine for now, but he joined in with a Pinnacle Ninja. Perfect Demon Sword that actually allowed everyone to be knocked up together, allowing Sans to pick up a double.
Oh, my apologies, Kyrie. I wasn't familiar with your game. I thought he was trying to dip out after getting the turtle, but with the Yin effect landing on all 3 members and Sans just outputting all that damage, he just goes back right in. That's a 5-0 Hanzo at this point, and now it gets difficult because for Team Falcon's mana, they're gonna be forced to use most of their crowd control to try and stop Kyrie from deleting Sensei or Leave Me or Koba. Right, all the backline members now for Team Falcon's mana are gonna be so vulnerable, and they don't even have the right amount of damage to burst down the Pinnacle Ninja and shut down Kyrie's offense right now. A 4K gold lead for ONIC, and it's looking more difficult as time goes on.
Crowd control will be the name of the game. Well, in the meantime, Tsunami Slam onto a keyboard that does not have the Purify. He will go down to the hands of Leafy. Well, in the meantime, the Pinnacle Ninja is just going to be 1v4. Everyone take a look at this. He's right underneath the turret. But now Boro, he managed to take a good amount of crowd control just to force Kyrie right back into his original form. But wait, hold a second. Sans, he does have the diversion all the way down to the bottom side. But what can he possibly do with all of this? Severo, he pushed down the bottom lane, so at least they will be able to congregate together. And now it is going to be yin and yang. They're just going to be working on one another. The Spear of Destruction. Severo teleports right into it, but not quite enough to get a kill down to the orange bot, but they will move on forward, over to get a kill, down onto Burrow. Leave Me, quick snipe down when it comes down to his archery skills, but he will move backwards. He don't see anyone within of this pixel brush, as this is going to put Ryota right in the face of Leave Me, but he will at least still stay alive with a quick blade surge.
Dude, look at how aggressive ONIC is playing, man. They are approaching from all the angles, and because they're at a gold advantage right now. They are sure that if it comes to 5 individual 1v1s, they can outdamage the members of Team Falcon's meta, which is why they don't seem too concerned about setting up a front line. Everyone is just diving together and going for individual outplays, and Team Falcon's meta have no idea what to do about it. They can't use the AOG defensively because there's no one zone where everyone's going to be kind of grouped up together. And look at this, man. That's going to be the diversion.
Oh, immediately with the Demon Thorn, was hoping that there will be someone in the small little bush, but at least they managed to get a kill down to Cobra. This is great value as they just took down the Lord and even the Marksman all by themselves. As now, Falcon's Mina, with their back against the wall, with so many of these waves pushing in and Leafy being stuck in here, what can he possibly do? As Keyboy threw Ryota right in the turret to tank a decent amount of damage just so that Severo can get that kill.
The creative ways to engage right here. Diversion again on the back line.
What was that? Kyrie in his Pinnacle Ninja ran into the diversion just so that he can get over to the back lines. Enough to get a kill down onto Leave Me, but no more Pinnacle Ninja for the next few fights.
Oh, look at Koba, man. Whoa, you gotta be careful.
Oh, Kobe! Not exactly the Koba, but a Kobe onto Koba.
From downtown, man. So Vero on the Moskov is just lethal. And Kyrie, whoa, hang on a second.
Oh, wow. That's actually very
Severo?
painful. Well, Severo, your positioning? What is this? He's gonna be fine though. He's gonna be fine. Oh, okay. So at least Orange Bob doesn't have the taunt. But what is this? Kyrie is actually going over to the back line. Demon Thorn, enough DM damage. Almost a kill down on the Sensei. But now, the main thing is that they bought enough space to bring down the inhibitor turret in the bottom lane. That might not be over just yet though, as that is gonna be a 2-man knockup and for a lot of crowd control. Ryota gets a kill down on the Orange Bob. Kyrie still has got his Pinnacle Ninja, just jumps himself in the way, right over to Sensei. The Spear of Despair, or rather Destruction, lands on top of the Sensei. Not enough to get a kill, but at least Leave Me and Orange Bob is no longer in the vicinity.
Oh boy, ONIC. What are they doing, man? They're completely disrespecting Team Falcon's meta. Severo dove into the base 1v3 and now he's still doing it. Just not backing away. Only one turret left and ONIC are definitely gonna take it, man. With 2 members down, they can keep going.
Yeah, Severo is not giving a damn in the wall. He's just putting all of his attack speed onto the core. Until then, it is going to be Orange Bob, hoping that he'll be able to do a decent amount of the taunt right down onto him. But he did not survive for long. And now they've got a Pinnacle Ninja coming from the side of Kyrie. Not quite enough to do the amount of damage, but at least